Sound designing can be quite intimidating, especially when you never did it before. But in today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can build a Reese bass, one of my favorite bass sounds, in Ableton Live using the in-house synth Wavetable. Let's give a listen to what we're gonna build today. To build a Reese bass in Ableton, the first thing that we need to do is opening up the Wavetable synthesizer and put it on a MIDI track. To find Wavetable, just go to Library, then Instruments, then go down until you find Wavetable, double click, and it appears on your MIDI track. I already prepared a bass progression, basically a short pattern of notes that I programmed in advance, so we could just put it in here. Let's have a listen how Wavetable sounds out of the box. Quite boring, but we're gonna change that now. To turn this sound into a Reese bass, the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to Oscillator 1, which you find down here, and we're gonna change the waveform from a sine wave, which you can't see here, to a sawtooth wave, which is it more or less now at 65%. Quick note for beginners, an oscillator is the part in a synthesizer that generates the sound. It gives us basically a raw sound wave. A waveform is just the shape of the sound. A sine wave is smooth and round and soft, as you can see here. A sawtooth is sharp and buzzy and has way more harmonics and gives the bass an aggressive and gritty sound, exactly what we need for this kind of bass. Let's have a listen now. As you heard, it sounds very different already, but we're still not finished. The next section we're going to work on is the ADSR section. The ADSR section, which you found down here, stands for Attack, Decay, Sustain, and Release. It describes how sounds evolve over time from the moment you hit the key until the moment the sound disappears. Attack is the time it takes for the sound to reach its peak volume. Decay is the time it takes for the sound to drop from the peak down to the sustain level. Sustain is the volume level at which the sound stays as long as you hold the note. And release is the time it takes for the sound to fade in silence after you let go from the note. Now that we know what the ADSR section does, let's change it to our liking. First up, we're going to drag down the release to its minimum. We don't want the bass to play after the note is finished. Next step, we're going to take up the sustain to 0 dB. Now, when the bass plays, it hits at the peak volume immediately and stops playing afterwards. Now, we're going to change the behavior of the synthesizer itself. We click on Poly and it switches to mono. In poly mode, if you play more than one note at the same time, they all will play together. But in mono, only one note plays at a time, and that's essential for a bass sound. Then, to make the bass wider, as a Reese bass is quite a wide bass sound, we go down to Unison, we change from none to classic. Now Wavetable just added 3 new voices to Oscillator 1. Voices are basically extra copies of the same oscillator, each slightly detuned against each other. That gives the bass a bit of width and also makes it thicker and layered. The last step on this right side that we're going to do is we're going to activate glide, which is at the moment at 0.0 milliseconds. Glides let the sound glide from one note to the next one. That gives us this characteristic Reese bass sound. Let's bring it up to around about 300 milliseconds. Let's check how it sounds now. Nice, we're really close already. One step is missing. To give the Reese bass even wider and fatter sound, we're going to activate Oscillator 2, which you find down here, and we're going to click on this button. Once it's yellow, you know it's on. Next, we're going to change again the waveform from a sine wave to a sawtooth. It doesn't have to match Oscillator 1 exactly, but it should be as close as possible. The difference between Oscillator 1 and 2 is that we're going to detune Oscillator 2. Detuning means we're going to shift Oscillator's 2 pitch slightly off from Oscillator 1. When 2 oscillators play at the same time, the same note, but not quite, that creates that thick, wide character that is characteristic for a Reese bass. Now we have 2 oscillators playing at the same time, both slightly different and one detuned, which gives us a much wider sound, and let's have a listen. That's what I'm talking about. You hear what I mean? It's wide, it's fat, and it's nice. One last tip for you now that we are nearly finished. A Reese bass is the most fun when you play with the filter cutoff, which is the big knob in the middle of Wavetable here. Opening and closing filters make Reese bass way more interesting. Let me play it to you and show what I mean by that. And that's basically it. Hopefully this is the start of your sound design journey, and I hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Bye.